It's Heine time. Hi everybody. We are back post holidays, post little Jackbox break to finish up or keep going in the Pillars of Earth. So I am currently prior someone, I can't remember his name now. Wait, I have a thing somewhere that's bound to say it. I have a document. Let's see. Francis was my brother. Lady Aliana's the other person. Prior James was the guy before me. Philip. Hi, Dad. Brother Philip. Prior Philip. So I'm here in Lincoln, apparently, looking for help from King Stephen. Oh, and I got knights to deal with. Richard, wait, I like Richard.
Where do we find King Stephen?
Who's asking?
Richard of Kingsbridge.
I've heard of you.
Good things, I hope.
Maybe. You can go inside the cathedral.
Where are all the knights and soldiers?
I should go first.
This doesn't look good. But I forget what was going on, so I have no idea how bad it is.
This is a house of God.
Only 2 more days.
If they know what's good for them, they'll surrender.
I'd be disappointed if Maud would give up so easily.
That's King Stephen, who doesn't have as legitimate a claim to the throne
My
as
king!
Maud.
You have my sword.
But we're on his
Good.
side, apparently.
Who is that?
How you doing, Dad?
Richard of Kingsbridge.
Him.
Do we have buffering problems or anything? Oh, hi, Adam.
Now, what about those archers
Weird.
up there?
Yeah, well, you're right. A couple minutes.
Sir Richard,
it
you
has been
made
2
it.
minutes.
Had a monk to look after.
You should visit our enemies,
2.5.
Father. They should be praying, for we'll cut their heads off.
Yeah.
Hear, hear!
Oh, good horsey. Do you know
I need a
anything about market license?
This won't help.
Horses, do you know anything about what does God have to say about horses?
Christ drove the moneylenders out of the temple. But here, the king's horses defecate on hallowed ground. This is not
not good.
right.
That's not right. Do you know where to
Can
get
you
a
not
market
help me to
license?
talk to our king?
I am here to prove my loyalty on the battlefield in 2 days.
Hi, Mom.
Afterwards, he'll surely want to talk to me.
That's
I would
too
love
late.
to ride
I
these
have to
horses
see
out
him
of
now.
the cathedral. I can't pet them. It makes me sad. I don't want to talk to William Jerkface. Scared-looking soldier. Let me
Father, I'm
give
afraid.
you courage.
Come now. What are you afraid of?
I'm about to die.
I own a mill. I built it myself. The only thing I was ever good at. I will die if I have to fight.
Do you have a family?
A wife. I can't go out there. I can't.
Ooh. Do I encourage a deserter? Or do I give him courage to fight a war that... just hide.
Hide in the church. But let no one see you.
No. No, I won't. Oh, thank you, Father.
Good. Pointing out you're a coward is helping you not be a coward, I guess.
The king is the only one who can help me now.
There's no two ways about it. I have to go out there myself
I
to see what's
forget, do I
going
like
on.
that guy? The bishop
My king,
dude?
Ranulph's archers are only waiting for you.
And does he only move
They know they'll
diagonally?
be at my mercy once I've dealt with Robert the Bastard and Ranulph the traitor. I doubt they dare shoot me.
Stephen, be reasonable.
Henry, will the church for once shut up? We are at war.
Okay. Make him good.
Wonderful.
Make an E pancake.
Now, I will go out there without getting shot in the head.
But you could get shot
I
in lots
must
of other
know where they
places.
posted the archers up there today. Just for once, use your brain. Think.
Yes, my king.
Oh.
I need a market license. This won't help. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. For the wrath
True.
of man
Kings are kinda
worketh not
selfish.
the righteousness of God.
The slow man loses more than his righteousness in battle, Philip.
Jesus said to him, "Put your sword back into its place, for all who take the sword will perish by the sword." This man neither has a sword nor a choice. Must he die then because he is forced to kill?
I completely missed. What is the problem I'm trying to solve here?
Today there's twice as many archers up there.
Ah.
Is that not a bad thing?
I've been standing here for weeks now. Ranulph's men are probably just bored. They don't mean harm.
How can you be sure?
Well, they're not
Listen.
shooting you.
Well, that's my friend over there. I've never seen him, but we do this every day. That's how I'm
We're
sure.
whistle friends. What Philip heard about the war in 1141 in Lincoln. After Lincoln Castle was taken over by Ben, loyal to Empress Maud, the king laid siege to the castle. Shortly thereafter, news reached the king that Maud's half-brother is advancing on Lincoln. And while he is accompanied by great numbers of Welsh forces, Stephen too is well prepared for battle. In only 2 days' time, the war for the English throne may finally come to an end when the forces of Maud and Stephen meet on the battleground outside Lincoln.
Better not get too close. And if ye go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresseth you, then ye shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and ye shall be remembered
There
before
was
the
a
Lord your
specific
God, and
battle.
ye shall be
I
saved
don't think that
from
applies
your
to every
enemies.
battle ever.
But who oppresses whom, my lord?
I don't think
I
Jericho
need
is
a
every
market
battle.
license. This won't help.
Ugh. I don't want to talk to William. Nope, I'm not gonna.
My king?
You? What are you doing here? Have you come to atone for having your monks write that heretical book?
No, my bishop.
So you continue to doubt your bishops, your pope.
Henry.
How dare you show your face here?
Henry! I told you I am not to be disturbed.
Yeah.
This monk should be thrown into a cell. Maybe then he will see reason.
What?
Because he doubts your miracles? I have to admit, having someone walk over red-hot plowshares or putting his hand in boiling water to prove he's innocent is entertaining. I give you that.
Stephen!
But the monk is right, of course. There is a tendency that your miracles conveniently happen when the church needs them most.
Yeah, the king may like me.
Whoever believes that to be a coincidence or miraculous deserves no place at my table. What is your name, monk?
You've already met me,
Philip of
I
Gwynedd.
thought.
I will make sure my brother won't arrest you. If anyone will have you arrested, it's me.
My king, I have come to see you.
I have no time for you. Unless you know a solution to my problem. There are archers outside, probably looking forward to killing me. But I have to see what's going on out there with my own eyes, without getting shot. If you have no solution for my problem, better not waste my time, or I will have you arrested.
There's a guy out there that whistles with one of them. Oh, hey. The actual tool I need to solve this problem.
A shield could surely stop an arrow. They are already praying for Stephen, but I doubt that's the solution he's looking for.
Yeah, I was hoping the congregation would be that method.
I doubt he would know the...
Horses. Horses know the answer.
What would be the safest way to face an archer?
Are you thinking of joining us in battle?
He's finally become one of us.
Never mind.
What do you have to say about shields?
I should tell the king about the shield instead.
No, that's a dumb idea. Or rather,
If
that's an
Stephen were to
obvious
ride
idea.
on a horse, he would probably make an even better target.
I don't think you know how horses work. They go fast. What about you?
Our king's advisors believe it would be dangerous for him to stand out here in front of the archers.
They're right.
They are?
But don't worry. They won't waste their arrows on monks and peasants. But the king would definitely be a tempting target. Would end the war in the blink of an eye. I wouldn't hesitate to shoot the bastard of Gloucester either.
Hey, Mom, your idea may probably be the right one.
He said the arch... Maybe the king... No, I should... No, I should tell the king...
Yeah, this is a much smarter idea than, hey, maybe have a shield.
I should tell the king that...
Why would having a shield be a good idea?
No, I...
What about the horse? Oh, right, I did that.
No, I... If you were to dress like a poor man, not like a king or a soldier, the archers might not shoot at you.
This is highly inappropriate, Philip of Gwynedd.
Which is precisely why it would work, if really
is.
you're that opposed to it.
But he's right. Robert's a bastard, but his men are not without honor. Who are you again, monk? Why have you come?
I'm the prior of Kingsbridge, my king.
Ah, of course. The prior of
Yeah,
Kingsbridge.
you met me. You helped me get that priorship.
To ask for your help.
What could be important enough to disturb the king at a time like this?
I need a
Robert of
license
Gloucester
to
will attack
sell.
in 2 days' time.
Let us find out why he's here, shall we? Get undressed, prior of Kingsbridge.
That's a weird way. That's a weird way to figure out what I'm here for.
My king.
Don't be shy. It was your idea, after all. Ranulph's men have been nervous
Oh,
all
no.
day. Now, why is that? It's such a simple war. And yet, they could stay holed up in my castle for another month with all these men. So why have the archers out at all? They'll be safer inside. They don't have to stand up there.
My king, the late Percy Hamley and the Priory of Kingsbridge had an agreement.
I remember. And according to his son, you broke the agreement by conducting an illegal market.
He told you? The income was only used to support the cathedral. I did not know we needed a license. The market was held on the church's ground.
The church is not above the law. This is not the Holy Roman Empire.
No, of course not.
Your market is illegal. I supported William in his decision to punish you, for it didn't merely pay for your cathedral. It also paid for the children of that traitor Bartholomew.
I feel responsible for them. That is why I invited them to Kingsbridge.
Oh? And why is that? Because of your loyalty to Bartholomew?
No!
Oh.
I was the one who found out that he planned to go against
like
you.
me.
I am responsible for their father's death.
William Hamley and Bishop Waleran said you were sly. Now I think I know why.
My king, you must not trust them.
Hear me.
I love how awkward he
You will
looks
not
in those
receive
robes.
a market license, and the children of Bartholomew will hang if they go against the Isle of Shiring. Do you understand?
I understand.
Of course. That's why all those archers are up there. Robert of Gloucester is not attacking in 2 days. He's attacking today. To arms! It's an ambush. Do not use the front entrance. They knew that would draw us out. Get my clothes. I need my horse.
It's a good thing they didn't shoot the two main characters, but they shot everyone
As
else.
Stephen and his men went to face the approaching army, his brother, Bishop Henry, urged me up to the top of the cathedral. His fear had made him forget about our dispute. I had never been that high up.
Push the bishop. Take over the bishopness. That's how it works, right? It's like Santa Claus.
Pray with me, Philip. Pray that Stephen will win, so this war can end.
I closed my eyes to pray.
Well, that's fun. Tempted to do that, but no. Let's just
And I forgot
pray for
about
both teams to win
Kingsbridge
the sports game.
and the market, and what I wanted. I simply prayed for peace. And as I did, I realized that ever since the dream about my parents, I had
Not
not
a very good
prayed.
monk if he hasn't
What
been
if-
praying.
As in the dream, my prayers would not be heard now. I begged the Lord to make me see. To make me see that he was there.
Philip, look!
I was too far away to understand what was happening.
Robert's men. They're winning.
A mess of
Stephen is
people.
lost.
It felt like the world was spinning under my feet. I was afraid that I would fall.
The world is
I
going
closed
red.
my eyes. And then I saw.
Right back. Huh. That's not normal. Is that the god of
They're
war?
breaking through the church doors.
Is that the new look for Ares? see the truth.
Where are the women?
And then I knew it was us.
We were the monsters the
Only
whole time.
us. No devil to harm us. No god to protect us. Only us.
Oh good, he's lost his faith. Fantastic. Well, I guess that's what happens with war.
Philip was gone for 2 weeks. We had no idea what had happened to him.
Hi, buddy. You.
To be true, we had other things on our mind. Ali and I.
Like building a cathedral and then burning it down because he saw an old dead man in a black robe.
Are you sure we're alone?
Right now, there's only you and me.
Look at that.
Told you.
I hope Philip and Richard are all right.
Me too.
Say, Jack, have you read our book?
What about you? What did you think?
I thought you said
No, this is Philip's fault. If all this falls apart because he set up an illegal market, he alone will be responsible.
I have faith in him.
Good old
and so
Remigius.
should you. Who else could save Kingsbridge if not him?
Do you still remember the text?
Well, do you?
Well... I think I remember one part.
Oh? And which one was that?
Before me, she stood. Her clothing set aside.
Kids, close your ears.
No flaw to be found in all her body.
All clothing was set aside?
What's going on? What's going on in the house?
And there was no flaw?
No flaw at all.
Oh, his shoulders and his arms I saw and I caressed. And then his chest, a form made to be felt and touched.
Careful there.
Oh, oops. Sorry.
Don't be. How flat her belly beneath her slender waist. Her flanks, what form. What perfect thighs.
Yours are remarkable as well.
That's not how the text goes.
Is it not?
Maybe it is.
Yeah, when are you heading over there, Mom and Dad? Like
Why
next week or the week
recall
after?
each aspect. Nothing that I saw lacked perfection. As I hugged my naked body close to his.
Ali,
Yes,
I love you.
I love you too. I always will.
Okay, got it. So Adam, you just need to hold the house together until like Thursday or Friday.
hear something?
No. It's only us, Jack. You and me.
And someone who is now plotting your murder.
It is us. Only us.
Hey! Philip the Prior! Monk! That's better. Never let them see you weak. Stand tall.
This book feels different now. What about Ranulf's men?
Probably glad to be out of the castle after all that time. Probably looking for women and getting drunk.
You're awfully nonchalant about this, Mr. King.
How many died?
What?
How many people died in the battle?
Too many. I even lost my horse. But Robert is not an animal. I'll give him that. Or we wouldn't be here.
It's getting dark.
It's not the end of days.
Are you sure of that?
I'm not finished here yet. So yes, I'm sure.
Wow, he gets to decide when the end of days? End of days is? How does that work? End of days.
Richard!
Ends of day?
Don't draw attention to yourself.
End of
not
days
when they have you
are?
in a cage. Not if you're the king.
End of days is?
Why am I in here?
You are with us, are you not?
I prayed for peace.
Peace is the wait between one battle and the next. You were right about William Hamley.
How so?
The moment the battle took a turn for the worse, he and his men switched sides. The Earl of Shiring is fighting for Maud now, and for Robert.
William Hamley is only fighting for himself and for Bishop Waleran.
I will grant you your market rights, the same as Shiring.
You just need to get
You
me out of
will?
this prison.
Why?
You were right about William.
But you're not king anymore, are you?
Before too long, the throne will be mine again. Assume I granted you these rights before the battle was lost.
Do I have your word for it?
I will let our Empress Maud know about you. Hold your market. Stand your ground.
Yeah,
William
got my
Hamley will
market.
have no legal way of going against you. I will tell the guards there is no reason to hold you any longer.
Alright, King Stephen's not so
What
bad a
about
guy.
you?
My loyals will make their moves. The game is not yet over. I ordered them to capture Robert to make an exchange. Maud knows it's not over.
And you're talking this
She'll
right in front of
savor
the
each
guard.
day that she has me under lock and key. She is her father's daughter, but the throne of England is mine.
If you want peace, if you want to save the lives of the innocent, you have to give up.
But then I don't get my
Never.
market.
That's the only thing I'm not good at.
Then there really is no hope.
Guards! Release the monk!
Wow, he's got authority even as a prisoner? It's pretty awesome. 1141. After the Battle of Lincoln, Kingsbridge was granted market rights by the English throne. The license grants Kingsbridge the same rights as Shiring. Finally, Philip is able to reopen the market, but in addition to that, is also allowed to hold a fleece fair. This is a great opportunity for the town and its people, as the wool traders despise the conditions on the fleece fair in Shiring. The Priory, the people of Kingsbridge, and the wool traders like Aliana will profit greatly. Oh, oh no, the scared soldier died. Oh, I figured that was gonna get him killed, but I thought it was because he was gonna actually hide. Yeah, yeah, he's weird. Maybe he can't. Maybe that's the one order he can't give is to free himself, but he can free everyone else. I lost my faith. I'll have to find it again. Whoa. I don't know what's going on with the text. The Fleece Fair.
In the last
a few weeks
2
later.
days of the Fleece Fair, we have collected more money than we did during the last 3 markets combined.
Is the Earl of Shiring not opposed to us doing a fleece fair of our own?
The law protects us.
And our lord.
He is. Our time of trepidation is finally over.
It will never be over.
What did you say, Philip?
This is where I get all angsty, I think.
The music is too loud.
Yep. Oh, sorry, not
Our
angsty,
prior
old
is
man.
right. The display out there is not appropriate for our monastery.
The fair will be over soon. And by then, Kingsbridge will be self-sufficient.
Oh, now I'm Tom.
Philip? Ah, you're back. How are things at the quarry?
All's in order. We won't have any further problems. So, why did you ask me to come?
It's about Jack. He got into a fight with Alfred again. Have you come to a decision yet about my proposition?
Abandoning Alfred to the woods?
Yes. I think it wise you take in Jack as a novice. He wouldn't work on the cathedral, but he could stay in Kingsbridge.
Jack can already read and write, and there is much more we can teach him here. What does his mother think?
She may never agree to marry me because of this. She believes I'm favoring Alfred. But Alfred is the master craftsman. I taught him since he was 6. Jack is only an apprentice. And the two can't go on like this.
No, they cannot.
I have no choice. I want the best for my children. For all of them.
Of course. Let us talk to Jack, then.
Yes.
Yeah, Alfred is a jerk. I thought I was trying to help him get better as a kid, but apparently it didn't stick.
Tom? Wait for me.
Philip? Something is ailing you, isn't it?
Yeah, he's
Philip,
an old man.
You told me in Cuthbert once that if you became prior, you would want to fight the priory's debt. Remember? It was the day little Jonathan came to us.
Yes, I remember. He was so little.
You achieved what you set out to do, and so much more. If only Cuthbert was still here with us to see this.
Milius.
Why are you saying
We've
this?
not had time to talk since I returned.
There was time, but you avoided it.
I have a bad feeling about all this.
Why? For once, all is well.
Precisely.
I haven't seen my brother Francis in a long time. I'm afraid. For him. For all of us. But it's not just that.
No?
I think I've lost my faith.
Well, go find it.
You?
Let us talk later, like we used to.
Yes, of course. We will.
Are you not coming, Remigius?
How do you get a monk's haircut like that? Like, is there some sort of device that's like a bowl and blades that you just kind of put on your head and spin?
What kind of surprise is it?
Well, I think you'll be amazed, both of you.
Ooh, now I'm curious. When can we see it?
It should be done this afternoon. Come on, Jonathan. Let's have a look at the bear.
Yes, please.
Have fun, boys. Any idea what he's up to?
I have no idea.
Father, Jack took tools from the site. I don't know what he did with them, but I know he took them.
Well, you two won't get a chance to quarrel in the future. Philip will see to that. But Jack is not the only one to blame in this. Martha, have you seen Jack?
He went with Jonathan to see the bear fight.
With Jonathan? That's dangerous. What is he thinking? Oh. No, I must find Jonathan.
Oh, by the way, I've heard from Richard.
Is he all right?
Message didn't say, but I assume he's fine.
If you heard from him.
Why's that?
He says he needs me to buy him a new horse.
Look at him go!
Are you sure
What?
you want to
A
see
dog
this?
versus a bear?
Of course. What a show.
Why did the bear and dog fight?
Yeah.
It's in their nature. The beast that is more clever and stronger wins.
No. For them, there is no winning.
But how do they do that?
Jonathan, come here. You shouldn't have brought him here. It's dangerous.
I'm always doing something wrong no matter what I do. If Alfred had brought him here, I bet there wouldn't have been a problem.
There would have.
Maybe it's better if you and Jonathan go.
Come on.
Jack,
What?
I know how you feel.
Oh, really?
Because your prayers come out of the top of your head, don't you know this?
Like these poor animals.
So the hair is blocking your prayers from getting to
Tear at each
God.
other's flesh. It is a game that they force us to play.
Who? Tom?
No. The kings and empresses, even the bishop, Tom, and all of us are made to live in an unjust world in which we are forced to make unjust decisions.
I didn't say that. I said the prayers go out of the top of our head.
And we don't
They
even
don't
know
leak
you're
out the
playing
side.
their game. You have
That's where our
every
thoughts
right
go.
to be
Our
angry.
thoughts go sideways and our prayers go up.
But there is a way.
Prayer,
to remove
thoughts. So they're blocking
yourself
their thoughts from
that cage.
telepaths.
Perhaps not for the sake of God, but for the sake of man.
What do you mean?
I want you to become a monk.
Oh. I am not okay with that at all.
Don't go wandering off on your own.
Jonathan cracks me up.
No. I need to look after Jonathan. No, I must find Jonathan.
Well, he literally just went this way. Why did you even bring me to this scene?
Have you two seen my son?
Ellen.
He went over to see the bear fight.
Aliena? I have come to...
To what? What's wrong with your brother?
I've no idea.
Aliena, I have come to ask for your hand. In marriage.
Are you mad, Alfred Builder?
What?
Why would you think that I... What was that?
Something grand happened. Oh, now the bricks are gonna fall.
Oh.
And kill someone.
Oh, now. I'm here. Should have looked out for you. You want us to go all the way up there? Like Alfred and Jack do? Come on. We'll go together. You and me.
So, this is it then?
Ah, it's William Jerkface.
I am the Earl of Shiring, boy.
Stay with me, Jonathan.
Now, while my men inspect your market, tell me, where is your saint?
The crypt.
Speak up!
Tom!
The crypt!
Oh, you are Tom Builder. Two birds with one stone.
Jonathan!
This seems unnecessary. Oh, they burned down the little guard bridge. Oh wait, they're burning down a lot of the village. So he was seeing the cathedral in the woods, now he's seeing the woods in the cathedral. This guy has no sense of where he is.
I am sorry, my love. I am so sorry.
All is well, my husband. Rest now. Rest.
This is the end.
You should sing your way out of this.
They were burning by God. They were on fire.
Where are the others? They're going to kill them!
Aliena! Milius locked the door.
From the outside? Is he still out there? No. Our Father, who art in heaven.
Damn it!
Hallowed be thy name.
Milius locked it.
Milius! I think I can hear him out there.
Return our saint, or you will go to hell.
No. You go.
No!
Thy kingdom come, we will...
William Hamley.
Ah! Aliena is still out there.
On earth as it is.
So is Jonathan.
And forgive us
We
our
will
debts,
die. Aliena!
as we have forgiven our debtors.
Oh no!
And lead us not into temptation.
The gate is locked as well.
Aliena is this way.
From evil.
So are the attackers. If we go this way, they might not see us.
Our
You're right.
Our Father, who art in heaven,
But it's locked.
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom
Jack!
come here.
Jack? Jack!
I won't leave it!
This went real dark real quick. I mean, it's always been kind of dark, but oof.
Move, Mary, please. We must leave him here.
No! I have to help him! Peter!
We cannot leave her here.
Words from the scripture will calm her.
Look at her husband. Look at her. Your words won't do any good.
I won't allow you to poison her, woman.
This herb will help her. It works.
I will not let you use your devil's work on her.
I have herbs for her.
Don't listen to this woman, Philip.
What's going on here?
Look at that poor woman. Her husband has died in her arms. Your sub-prior refuses to let me help her.
Yeah, that's a good point, Mom.
Herbage is the devil's work.
No,
We must
it's
get her away from
naturally
here.
growing
William and
plants.
his men will ride this way. I know it.
God made
You're
plants.
right. We must make haste.
Philip, I told you this woman is a witch.
You're a fool. This is henbane.
Henbane?
It scares away chickens.
The devil's eye. So you admit that you are trying to poison this woman?
Oh, does the evil eye of the flower intimidate you, you old goat?
Calm down, all of you.
Prior Philip, take this. It will calm her nerves if she chews on it. For once, do the right thing.
For once. Oh wait, that's right. She doesn't like.
Prior James was right about you.
Prior James? You have no idea what kind of man Prior James was. You are a fool.
Yeah.
Are you sure this
Clearly.
won't harm her?
Yes, I am.
Because the devil made herbs. And herbs.
We grow herbs too, Remigius.
Go ahead. I'm holding her.
Let me just shove this in your mouth.
It's working.
I told you, maybe I was wrong about you, Philip.
How could you do that?
Oh, piss on you.
Yeah.
They're coming.
We need to move now.
It makes no sense. Why would the Earl of Shiring do this?
Because he's a jerk.
Or they will kill us all.
It's them.
Shh. Shh. Shh.
Be quiet, please.
Look at him. He did quite well. He got pretty far.
There was someone here with him.
Hugh was right. They might be close by.
We should make haste. We got what we came for.
Not yet.
Walter, why do I get the feeling you're upset?
We didn't have to do this. We came for the saint.
They deserved it. Like this ugly bastard.
Kingsbridge defied us for the last time. That monk, the bitch, and the bastard she's
Okay, at least
fucking.
Walter has some semblance of intelligence and focus.
Come on, move! After him!
But William said...
I said move!
My little cub! Are you all right?
Did you see Aliena?
She was in the market. I heard William calling out her name.
Jack, come. We must find her and Jonathan.
Found her. She's right there. This is the easiest Where's Waldo ever. Look for the person with the cape. Just standing there, out in the open, next to a flaming thing.
God. Oh. No. Aliena! Aliena! Jonathan!
He took everything from me again.
Aliena! No matter what you do, no matter where you go, I will find you. Every time you think you are safe, every time you play house, I will find you. And I will crush you. Now, kill them all, and make her watch.
Aliena, are you all right?
I swear by Almighty God and Jesus Christ and all the saints that I will take care of my brother Richard until he has fulfilled his vow.
Can't you hear me?
Hey,
Jack.
I was busy in black and white there, Jack.
It's all gone. I can't support Richard like this. What am I going to do now?
Yeah, I like huge axe.
Tom. Oh, God. No.
That would be one way to support him.
We must ask the bishop for help. The bishop? Are you mad? I heard he is behind this. Shh.
How? How can we go on living in Kingsbridge now? Will the cathedral still be built?
That is not the thing to focus on.
It must be, or there'll be no work for us.
Please. Our prior will answer all of your questions. Huh. Philip, they are waiting for you.
Yes.
Can we stay in Kingsbridge? Or must we move on?
Too many people have died. Many were injured.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting that sense.
Among the dead is Tom Builder. He died protecting our little Jonathan, for which I will be eternally grateful.
Tom Builder is dead. What will happen to our cathedral now?
2 of our brothers have perished.
The one that was gonna get me faith again.
Brother Arnaldus.
Oh. Oh good, Jack buried him. Like he promised he would.
And Brother Milius.
Man, you really did like that game, didn't you, Dad?
He rests by Cuthbert's side now. And 8 more lives were taken.
We can figure out how to play through Google Hangouts and then there won't be that weird delay. I'll just need to point my camera at the TV instead
Will
of
the
at
Earl
me.
of Shiring be judged for what he did?
He must be!
Yes, he must! What about the Saint? Where is the Saint?
Adolphus will protect us.
It would be better if you answer their questions.
Please tell us what to do.
Brother Andrew is overseeing the repairs. And we will be able to continue the construction of our cathedral. Tom Builder's son, Alfred, will take over the position of Master Builder. Though it will take longer, for we will not hold a market again. And I am happy to welcome a new novice. Most of us are familiar with him, so I'm sure we all can share the sentiment that he will be very welcome in our priory. Jack. As was Tom's wish.
Why were we attacked?
Was that really the Earl of Shiring? And the Saint?
Yes! Yes, what about the Saint?
He will answer your questions. All of them.
Is he not well? He looks pale.
This attack...
Shall I continue for you, my prior?
No. This attack was a great tragedy. I cannot think why anyone would do that to us. It is impossible to grasp how these men could just...
You went against the Earl of Shiring!
He said you defied him!
Philip was in the right. We had a market license.
Our prior was in the right, but we all knew what kind of man William Hammond was. Defiance will
clear
only
about
lead
being
to
a
more
jerk
grief.
face.
I agree.
You should be more careful. We must never again hold a market.
No. No, we must not.
Will Saint Adolphus protect us? He was stolen.
Is that true? Has the Saint been stolen?
They all had to die for the market.
Please tell us.
Tell us what will happen with us. With Kingsbridge.
The rumors you have heard are true. The remains of Saint Adolphus were stolen from this crypt.
We are doomed.
The Saints
It was them. William Hanley stole him.
Why? Why?
Milius died to protect the Saint. I saw it. Why is he not answering?
Please answer! Why is he not saying anything?
How will we go on?
Why is
So this is just the depressing chapter.
Answer them?
I pushed A.
No. I cannot give you confidence. The stories of how God tested the faith of his followers. I see now how true they are. I think you do as well. I am asking myself, where is God? Why did he not prevent all this? I do not know. I have no answer.
Way to go, Philip. Rousing speech.
One day,
God said to Satan, "Look at my man Job. There's a good man if ever I saw one." So Satan said, "You've given him everything. That's why he's a good man." But God said, even if he were to lose everything he has, his faith in me would not falter, and I will prove it to you.
You will burn in hell for this.
What? I defeated your greatest enemy. It was a holy mission.
It's not up to you to decide that. Even your father would not have been that foolish.
I am not my father.
They saw you. They know that the Earl of Shiring is a murderer. What if my allies in Kingsbridge were hurt? What then?
Absolve my sins.
Only if you announce your loyalty to King Stephen.
No, Stephen lost. He is weak.
Bishop Henry will not approve of me giving absolution to a supporter of Empress Maud. Are you a man of the church or not?
I am.
Then do as you are told. And never defy me again. Is that understood?
Yes, my bishop.
He does answer to somebody. Who's Timothy? Killed Tom because he knew Timothy had failed. Who's Timothy?
One day we'll tell everyone everything about us, Ali. All of them.
Maybe we should have told everyone while we still could. Maybe there would have been ways to make it last.
Oh no, now what happened to them? Can nothing go well?
Jack!
Is this just a depressing story from top to bottom?
What is he doing in there? Jack!
That's what I'm hoping, Adam.
Jack.
I hope we're not wrong.
At least I still have my hair.
Hang on.
Where can we go from here?
Anywhere we want.
What is this?
I told you I had a surprise for you.
I don't know, it feels a little more coherent and
This is it.
What is
like
it?
there is an end
It's,
state or story in
The
mind
first
here.
version of a fulling mill.
It's fulling the cloth all by itself using the motion of the water wheel.
Yes. What do you think? You'll be able to sell even more cloth, not just wool, like you wanted to.
Yeah, that... Okay. Like a well-written conclusion? Not just a, and then everyone's dead?
It's a brilliant invention. It's what I always wanted.
Then why do you look so sad?
Because there will not be another market.
No, not in Kingsbridge. We will go someplace else then, where he won't find us.
He will find me, wherever I go.
You can't just give up.
I'm not giving up. And I'm not running away. And because I'm not running away, there is something I have to tell you. It's not what I want to do.
Done. I like
It's
it.
what
I
have
approve.
to do.
And then dragons will burn anyone who don't do that.
Oh, Jack,
What is it?
I wish things were different.
What things?
Huh. That kind of makes some kind of crazy sense.
We can't meet again. Not like this.
Why?
I'm getting married. To support Richard.
To whom?
It's not important.
To your favorite
William
buddy.
will burn down anything that I build up.
Oh, so I'm getting married to your
This is
enemy
the
so that
only
he'll get
choice
killed
I
by my
have.
other enemy.
My husband will pay for Richard's expenses. It's the only way my brother can protect our people.
I will marry you.
I love you, Jack. And I always will. But look at yourself. You are a good man, Jack. And monks can't marry.
Then I will stop being a monk.
And what then?
I don't know.
Maybe
I need hope.
when this is over, we can meet again.
But not like this.
No, not like this.
Don't say that. Who is it?
Yeah, that's my
What?
only hope.
Who are you going to marry?
No one. No one in particular. His name starts with... you'll find out sooner or later.
He has steady income from the houses he builds in Shiring and Winchester. And he is a master builder now.
What?
Dear Francis, I long for the day you can read all the letters I've written. Once, you asked me if I often think of our parents. I do.
Are you being needy, Heine?
And
you
I
need
often
cuddles.
think of the day they
You
were
need
killed.
cuddles. Yes.
And of how Abbot
He's
Peter
doing the.
took
He's
us in.
laying against me. He's doing the thing where
Peter
as soon as
raised
I'm
us and
not
taught us about
cuddling,
God.
not petting him,
We grew up
he
in the
looks at me
safety
and then
of the monastery.
paws the air.
Only now have I begun to understand that outside the priory, the killing
Man, these mods are not doing well around
every
here.
single day. I have come to believe that if God was just, he would not allow all the pain and bloodshed.
That's not what justice is.
A few days ago, William Hamley and his men attacked us. Many died by their hand. Milius is dead. First, I believed I had brought the devil to Kingsbridge, for I thought I had seen him in Lincoln. The last few nights, I did not sleep. I was afraid that in my dreams I might flee from his
I guess that's
grasp
true.
in blind
Just weird timing
terror
for it.
toward the river and drown like Prior James did. But I know this is not the work of the devil, but of man. But why does God not put an end to it? Most of what Abbot Peter taught us was right. For he taught us about living in seclusion, away from sin, away from want, away from the world that turns man against man. I know I blamed you for what happened after we got involved with Bishop Wayland. I do not anymore. But I blame our church and men like Wayland.
As you should.
Because they involved themselves in the bloodshed. As Peter taught us, I will go into seclusion. The answers I seek are not out there. Maybe I will find them in here. Where are you, Francis?
Put that away! Stop it immediately! No, Jack! Oh!
Oh, what's Jack doing now?
Jack!
Jack! No! This is not what we do!
Get off me, you freak!
No!
Oh.
Jack!
Take him away! Lock him up.
They have a prison in the cathedral? Why do they have a prison in the cathedral?
It's all useless.
Oh good, now you're depressed. That's
It's
fantastic.
all useless. No.
Good, because we needed more depressed people in this. I can't even do anything.
It's all useless. No. It's all... No. It's... No. It's all... It's all...
Oh, here goes another moth to die. By drowning? Yep.
Jack.
Mother?
The water duct runs right under the cell. Look for a loose stone in the floor. It'll sound hollow.
This is a poorly built prison.
What? How do you know that?
Because she was here before.
This one looks easy to pry out. But not with bare hands. No. It'd be too small to escape through anyway. This could be it. The bowl would crack.
Yes, I did ask why there would be a prison in the cathedral. In this little tiny town that was mostly just a cathedral and little houses.
With that hole, I could lift the slab out. She was right.
Well, I get the feeling I'm gonna find out. Oh, yay, the moth lived. Yay! Not everyone is dying and depressed. What? Prison was in the mill? Makes even less sense. Why was the prison in the mill?
Jack, tell me, was it about Aliena? I know about you two. I have known for a long time.
And how did you know how to get out of that cell? How did you know?
Your father. He was locked up in there as well.
Was he a monk?
No.
The Jacksons, always imprisoned in
They
the
said
mill.
he was a thief, but he was not. They hanged him, but he was innocent.
How? How did it happen?
Someone here in Kingsbridge gave him a jeweled
swam
cup,
under the
told
mill
him he
then.
could go. A
That's
mile
weird.
down the road, he was arrested and accused of theft. It was like a game to them. They said he had stolen that cup from the priory.
Who said that?
3 men. He managed to escape the way you did, but they caught up with him. They hanged him in Shiring.
Who were those men?
It does not matter.
I need to get revenge on them, and they'll just
She's all in
happen
the
to be
past
the ones that,
Once you told me
the
my
ones
father
that
was a
need
jongleur,
revenging anyway.
That he came from France.
That is what he told me.
Rumors about Jack's father, early summer of 1141. According to Jack's mother, the rumors about his father are true. He really was hanged for theft and shiring. Yet Ellen claims that Jack Sherberg was no thief. She is convinced that 3 men were responsible for his death. These men gave him a jeweled cup from the Priory of Kingsbridge and later arrested him for theft. Ellen does not want to talk about the men responsible for Jack Sherberg's death. Who were they? And though she had been in love with the French jongleur, the circumstances of how he had come to England and where he had come from remain a mystery even to her. He's a prince.
You want to leave?
He's a
What
prince.
if I have family there? There must be someone who remembers Jack Sherberg, right?
I knew this day would come.
Now, Bishop Henry,
I'm not a monk.
the other
I
bishop
know.
jerk.
And I can't work here with Alfred.
I know. You really love her, don't you, Aliena?
Yes.
You truly are his son, Jack Jackson. This place is too small for you. After your father died, I went into the forest to get away from it all.
King Henry?
But
No.
if you live like
King
an animal,
Stephen? Maybe it's King
then
Stephen.
they treat you like one. Do not let them ever find your way in the world. And when it leads you back to me, I want to hear lots of new tales.
Of course.
Those that killed your father, the people they killed, will return to haunt them. I promised them.
So definitely Bishop.
Wailer and disrespect.
Probably Percy, jerkface. William's dad.
Why rely on him for
No, Walter. It's
many
Walter.
priests, many bishops.
Maybe. But you are not making decisions for me either, Walter. No one is. If the Lord wants me to support Waileran, he will let me know.
And what if he does not? What then? Will you allow Waileran to order you around?
You got a zombie mom. You should kill her. Zombies are not okay. Ooh, could be Remigius. That would track. Walter, Remigius, and Bishop Trouble.
It's only a keepsake.
Stab the food.
I can't sleep with the door open. I haven't used it.
Stab the loom.
I shouldn't weave with the door open. I won't let... It's only a keepsake.
What does closing the door matter when there are these giant open windows?
Whew, it's getting cold.
And that's why Remigius tried to kill Prior James, because he found out. Unless it was Prior James. Could be Prior James. Yeah, the windows are still open. They're just as open as that door was. Not sure how that door stops any cold that the windows... Whatever.
I haven't used it. Yes?
I'm sorry for disturbing you on an important day like this. But...
Yeah, it's true. They all do.
Have you, by any chance, seen Jack since yesterday?
Has something happened?
He's gone. We've been looking for him all morning.
He's gone?
Well, yes. And I'm afraid it is my fault. I had him locked away. But in the end, I just punished anger with wrath.
Oh, we've all failed him.
No, I am the one to blame. And I pray to make it right.
No, pretty sure we all failed him.
My monks are
Jack's the only
already
good
trawling
character
woods.
in this. Tom
I
Builder was
myself
good.
will go to Shiring,
Except for the
while
whole
Martha is
abandoning
taking
his
a
baby in
horse
the
to a
woods.
cave he used to know. Please, don't let this spoil the first day of your marriage, when there should be only reason to rejoice.
Thank you.
They still haven't found him. How long has it been?
Three days.
Oh, I'm gonna let you know how much I care about Jack,
Well,
Alfred, because
I
you're a
think
jerk.
he's gone for good. I love him like a brother.
No, you don't.
But first, he tries to kill me. Then he runs off. Woody and his family's sick.
Gee,
Are
I
you
wonder
hungry?
why,
I
jerk.
think I'll prepare some food.
Great. I'm starving.
Stab him.
I won't let go of it.
Stab him.
It's only a keepsake now.
Can't stab him.
What are you cooking?
Ooh,
Fermenting.
poison. Okay, I'll do that.
What's going in it?
Poison
Wheaten ale with milk, spices, venison, and eggs.
and peanuts. You're not allergic to peanuts, are you? Shellfish?
Well, as long as it tastes good.
Spices. I need to add some spices. And I mustn't forget the eggs.
Is arsenic a spice? Wow, it takes a long time to cook this stuff or to pick up the spices.
We've been married for what? A week?
I haven't been counting.
Right. Feels like a lifetime already, doesn't it? Yet, we still haven't... You know...
Blame this on you.
You've been keeping your distance.
I didn't want to pester you. You seem so... I don't know.
Not
Sometimes
into you.
You look at me like you think your husband isn't a good man.
That's because he's
I
not.
am a good man.
Nope.
You'll see.
You're not. You're not a good man. Now can I stab it?
I haven't used it for anything in a while.
You could use it now. Eggsmith. Man. Takes 12. These spices take a long time. Takes 2 days to pick up the spices from a table. 12 days to put the spices from the hand into the thing. Goodness.
What if I did something similar? How about I could offer them pay in case something happens? Like an insurance. What do you think?
That would be very kind.
Which is why it's weird for you to suggest it.
He said he'd come over around noon tomorrow. Maybe he could eat with us.
If this cottage is done by then.
You could help
porridge,
me explain
whatever.
the idea. If you want. I think it would be good for you. To do something other than cooking and weaving. You haven't left the house in 2 weeks.
"17 days.
You can do it, bud. You can do it. Do you want help down? Do you want help down? Okay.
Would you like venison with it?
No, thank you. I'm just here to talk.
Ascetic as always, I see.
It just turns more and more into a habit, really.
Eat your dinner. Survival camp. 2003. Oh, and Heine is tripping on a cable, and he's flipping over his dinner again. Hang on. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, dog. Oh, dog. Oh, man. OBS does not like it when this thing dies and comes back. Let's see if I can fix this. Oh! Hey! Hooray! It got fixed easy. Yeah! Way to go, Heine. Sabotage that. Go eat your dinner. And don't trip on cables anymore. Alright, what am I doing? Stabbing my husband.
I won't let go of it.
But you could let go of it right into his back.
So, You are suggesting that we promise the workers money if the construction is not completed?
Yes, as an insurance. Since the Fleece Fair, they've been quite worried. It would ease their minds a bit.
Yes, especially since they know they don't have to finish the cathedral in order to get rich. It sounds to me like we would be tempting them to fail deliberately.
I hadn't thought about that.
Don't be so cynical, Philip.
I'm not. It's just so hard to encourage goodness these days. We tried so hard in the last few years, yet all we reaped is death and misery.
The alternative would be to do nothing at all.
And Heine is back to flipping his food.
I think it's not a bad idea. We wouldn't promise them too much, just enough to help them get by till they find new work.
It would ease their minds a bit.
Yes, you said that. Your idea shows great compassion, Alfred.
Thank you, Father.
It's very rare these days to find spirits who still believe in the good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to use Alfred to try to get Philip to have a heart again. Even if that means complimenting Alfred.
Because one cannot give what one does not have. Ever since the market collapsed, Kingsbridge is losing more than it earns. We may even run out before we complete the cathedral.
What? It was my father's dream to build that thing. We must finish it.
Why won't you eat your food, dog?
Could you build faster? Finish it before you run out of money?
Is that an option?
It is. I've seen it done before. I can do it.
All right. I promise you, I will think about your proposal. Oh, milady, your soup.
It's been going for 15, 17 days. Let me stab it.
It's only a keepsake now.
Well, I would hope so. It took a long time to make. Better be good. Oh, Alfred changed.
Thank you. I'd never thought that my brother could work so hard.
No, I'll believe in the
He
good
really
in him.
cares about Kingsbridge.
Arg.
I would never have thought. Really. Alfred has changed. He used to be such a bully. He seems really concerned about things now. About Kingsbridge, about you, about your family. I can't wait for you to give me a little nephew or niece.
Well, enough about Alfred. Did you get the blue dye I've been asking for?
Actually, I did. It's from a woad merchant in Winchester. Took me some time to find him.
Oh, thank you so much, Martha. I guess now I finally have to finish my weaving.
How's it going?
I'm taking my time. I'm not in a rush.
What does Sir Richard think of the idea?
I haven't told him yet. When he comes here, he's mostly interested in coin. But that's the deal. He fights and I pay. It's an endless circle. The coat of arms shall remind us of who we are and where we come from, so we don't end up losing purpose.
Have you decided on an animal yet? You really should have an animal on it.
The honey badger. Ooh. I feel like fox works for these two. Nah, he's not a lion. Unless, is he Richard the Lionheart? A sloth. I'm gonna make him Richard the Lionheart.
A lion.
Wow, that's a strong animal. I like that. Ali, I'm so sorry that I mentioned wanting a niece. I just thought, in the last month, that you were, well, growing a bit.
Oh, I'm just getting fat.
You're not getting fat?
You forget that there's not a lot for me to do other than sit around and eat.
Then we should take a hike soon. Stretch your legs and get some sunshine.
I'd like that. I would like that a lot. But not today. I need to finish the coat of arms first. Get it done while I still can.
He is trying his best. I don't try to be a good wife.
I don't know what to do anymore. Marrying Alfred was a mistake. I knew it all along, but I saw no other choice. Not if I wanted to stop William Hamley. And Alfred was the only one promising to help me reclaim my father's inheritance.
Could have started your business again.
And ever since we've been married, he's been working deep into the night to finish the cathedral. And when he's home, he expects nothing in return. Although I can see so much longing in his eyes. He is trying his best to make our arrangement work. While all I do is bicker.
Someone is watching you creepily. You got a ghost in your house.
And to make things worse, I am pregnant with your grandchild.
You brought this on yourself. You had the love of your life, but you threw it away.
Do you scorn me for what I did?
No more than anyone else. First and foremost, I blame that priest who turned my son into a monk. But you're a very close second.
What if I brought Jack back?
Oh, Aliena. Jack has left England. There's no possible way to find out where he went. I want you to know one thing. Jack loved you. For me, that makes you still family. If you can't have his baby, give it to me. I will raise it far away from this crooked world that had no room for my son.
I don't want to give our child away.
Then you cannot stay here. You cannot go on like this.
But I have to. Don't you understand? It's finished. I want you to wear it when you go to battle. To remind us of what we are fighting for.
Some kind of wild thing.
Huh. Why a lion?
Because you're Richard the Lionheart?
Because it's a strong animal, one which is in command. It symbolizes what we should ceaselessly strive to be.
You hear that, Alfred? I'm a lion. Rawr.
Oh, Richard,
Grow
you're
up,
an idiot.
Richard. This is important.
Sorry.
How's the war going, by the way?
How is your standing with the king?
It's getting better and better. The good thing is, William Hamley is turning out to be quite the lousy player. In our last battle, he ran away when things started to get a bit tight.
Seems to be what he does.
They say he was afraid to die before he settled matters with his mother.
His mother?
No one's seen her in years, not since her husband died. But rumor has it she's still alive and joyfully pulling his strings. Mention her to William, and he goes as pale as a sheep. Ali, we are so close, but we need to be careful. We mustn't let our guard down.
Who's talking? No one's mouths are moving.
Is there anything you need from me, Richard?
Well, a new saddle would be nice.
I'll see to it.
And a horse to put it on, of course. The last one caught quite a few arrows.
It's a terrible condition. Arrowitis.
I'll be out for a while. I've got some business at the market with Martha.
All right.
Aliana's coat of arms. Aliana's design for a coat of arms serves as an emblem for her family, meant to be worn on a shield, surcoat, tabard, or flag, and carried into battle. Each element on a coat of arms is meant to provide unique insight into the history and ideals of the carrier, which is why Aliana chose a lion. They are strong and will never stop fighting.
I can't believe you two have almost done it. You've almost won your father's earldom back.
Oh, don't say that until it's actually happened. I'll see you later in the evening.
Ah, there you are.
I always wondered what it would have been like to grow up in a forest.
Oh, it's cold. Very, very cold. When I was young, I spent a night in Ellen's cave. If it hadn't been for her soup, I would have died for sure.
Okay, what button do I push to enjoy the moment? Can I stab the surrounding forest? Alright, that's enough enjoyment. Talk my way out of it.
What kind of soup?
I think it had deer in it.
Deer?
Yes. Jack had caught it before we met him. I think it was the only one he ever caught.
But hunting deer is...
I know. It's punishable by death. Jack never was one for rules and laws.
Right. He was always busy with something, just not with what Tom asked him to do.
Jack? Yes. Yes, he was.
Let's keep talking about Jack.
You will be an aunt soon.
What?
But don't tell Alfred. I haven't told him yet.
And he's really dense
You
and
still
didn't
think
see
marrying
it.
him was a mistake?
I do.
I do too. But you did it for very good reasons.
Money. Money is a very good
So,
reason.
Maybe it wasn't a mistake after all. Maybe it will work. Not in a loving way, but more like a partnership. You two seeing eye to each other.
Maybe. But the baby is not...
What was that?
They built it too fast.
Like the Babylonians, they sought to be grander than God, and for this we all have to suffer.
And nothing can go right.
It was the stone roof. He started building a stone roof. If Papa had still been alive, he would have stopped him.
Stupid Alfred. You were told not to do a stone roof.
How can you be with child if we never...
My cub is gone and will never return. You threw it all away for a life of lies and a kingdom of dust.
Without a cathedral, my mother will spend an eternity in hell. And by God, I hope you won't suffer the same fate for this. I can't stay. Not without work. And not like this. I'm sorry.
There's no need to cry. There. We've been crying for far too long now. Where do we go from here? I won't let go of it.
We will build a cathedral right here, towering high above Shiring. But it will not be a cheap undertaking.
Money is no object. I shall build it for our Lord and my mother, so that the Lord will heal her.
I am sure he will.
That's how that works. God loves it when people build things for him. Like idols.
We will need
and
a master
statues.
builder.
That's totally
My bishop,
God.
I think I have the right man.
Yeah, he failed ours miserably.
My bishop, my name is Alfred Builder.
Alright, let him build a failure of a cathedral. Well, that was all horribly depressing. But we finished book 2.
Next
Sowing
time
the Wind.
on the Pillars of the Earth. Witness the climactic final part of the series.
It's
I don't
time
need
we
to see
take
this.
back what was taken from us.
It's time to face our enemies.
It is time to make a stand for what we believe in.
Summoning the
Pillars
dragons.
of the Earth. Book 3. The Eye of the Storm.
Alright, here we go. Book 3.
The White Ship.
The White Ship.
She was one of the
The
fastest vessels that was ever built.
And now
the
they're
man who
Empire.
should be king of the English now, the son of King Henry, was on board when she sailed off. And with the prince there were 140 knights and many nobles, all on their way from Normandy to England. They say the ship hit the rocks, and then
Why
a
is it on fire?
broke out. Even before the White Ship had departed, the prince and his men had begun to drink and get violent. Monks that were meant to bless the voyage were then forced to disembark. Some say the ship had been cursed. The king's son and many of his family were pulled down into the Black Sea that night.
Wait, this is in the Middle East? No, Black Sea? Where's the Black Sea? Is there a Black Sea? Meanwhile, on a completely unrelated note...
Not only these monks, but also Stephen of Blois, the king's nephew, left the ship before it embarked. They say he got ill.
That old rumor.
The same Stephen who calls himself the King of the English now.
What? That cannot be a coincidence.
Yes, it can be. Of course he's king now. He survived. He is the king's nephew.
What do you think, my lord?
I think Stephen is a clever man. Clever enough to have his whole family perish. But why he would want to rule that godforsaken rock, I will never understand.
What makes you say that? I love my country.
Then why are you leaving?
Well, because I want to see something new.
I'll tell you what you're going to see. A proper country, where people know how to behave.
Okay. Thought there was a Black Sea somewhere. Thanks, Dad.
What about you? Why are you leaving?
It was a long way to England from through Russia.
I'm looking for someone.
For who? I guess I should stay out of other people's business. Forgive me.
You English do talk a lot, don't you?
What are you?
I just don't know how to feel about leaving my country for the first time. I mean, how should anyone feel?
Excited?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just running away.
That's cool. How black is it?
You should all get some rest. It will not be long now.
Like, is it like dark water? Is it alive?
Thank the Lord.
Did it try to
I
eat
can't
you?
wait to be back.
I feel like I was able to skip this in book 2. But I am not able to skip this here. So we're watching the nifty little effect animation on top of live video. Why is it the Black Sea if it's blue?
In the late summer of 1142, I had left my home country, England, for good. My old life lay in shambles, as did my former home of Kingsbridge. Having failed both my friends and family, I had set out to find my baby's father, the man I still loved with all my heart, Jack Jackson. And so early one morning in July, I finally arrived on the shores of Normandy. With nothing on me but a pouch of coin and a young, curious face yet unnamed, who was just as unfamiliar to this new world as was I.
The sinking of the White Ship, 11D20. The White Ship was one of the fastest ships of its time. It was steered by the son of the captain of the Mora, the ship that brought William the Conqueror from Normandy to England when he invaded England in 1066. Like his father, before him, the captain of the White Ship gladly offered his vessel to many members of the royal household of King Henry for passage on their travel from Normandy to England to visit the king. But like all of the poor souls who went aboard the ship, the captain did not survive the voyage. In the dark of night, the ship hit rocks and a fire broke out. The ship was dragged down into the dark abyss of the sea, and with it many of the king's heirs. Stephen of Blois was meant to be on board as well, but it is said a sudden sickness caused him to leave the ship before it set sail. That November night, as the white ship sank, Stephen became the last remaining male heir to the English throne, and thus some claim he was responsible for the sinking.
You're still here?
Oh, it's you. I'm just trying to get my feet
Yeah,
used
that's
to
what I
good
said.
solid
Blah.
ground again. The last bit of our voyage wasn't exactly my pint of ale.
That hammer you're carrying, do you happen to be a mason?
Actually, I am. You have a keen eye, mistress.
I guess I just know a mason when I see one.
To be honest, I haven't been one long. Just finished my apprenticeship in Salisbury. Before that, I used to shear sheep with my parents, but I guess that wasn't really for me. Father still hates me for leaving, though.
I left my old life as well.
Scary, isn't it? To start off fresh and all that.
Well, you definitely sound more excited than scared.
Oh, I am excited. Wouldn't anyone be?
I don't know. Maybe. What will you do to find work here as a mason?
Don't know. That's for me to find out. All I heard was that the wages are better over here.
So you'll just travel from town to town and look for employment?
Right. And I'll start in Lassay.
Yeah.
A fellow mason told me about the abbey there. He said these Normans build their churches quite differently than we do back home. I need to see that with my own eyes. Maybe learn a thing or two.
Do many masons go to Lassay?
I don't know. It's really just a tiny town. The mason who told me just happened to do some repairs there once. It's
a
likely
mason
he
named
told
Jack.
others as well.
I'm looking for someone. A red-haired mason called Jack Jackson.
Why would he go
He came
back
to
to being
France about a
mason?
year ago or so.
A fellow mason, great. Unfortunately, I wouldn't know a thing. After all, I just arrived here with you.
That does make
I know,
sense.
But should you meet someone like that on your journey, tell him Aliena of Shiring is looking for him.
All right. Jack Jackson. I'll keep an eye out for you.
Thank you. Have a safe journey.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Hey, red-haired guy who's not Jack. You want a
I
dagger?
should keep my dagger hidden.
Oh, okay.
Good day. I am looking for someone. A traveler who came through here last summer.
That's Jack's dad, isn't it?
Oh, hush now. I need to talk to this man.
Looks young.
He was born at the beginning of summer.
I really hope his name is actually
I
not
haven't
Jack.
given him one yet.
You
But
should.
not Jack.
He needs to know who he is. Makes
I
growing up
am
a lot
not
easier.
Jack.
You said you're looking for someone.
The man I'm looking for looks a bit like you, actually. A bit more boyish, though.
So he has red hair, but no beard. Well, I don't know every redhead around these parts. There are quite a few of us. Most of my family here in Cherbourg is ginger.
Oh, his name is Jack Jackson, and he is a mason.
No. No, sorry. I haven't seen him. And I come here every day. And maybe May saw him. She helps the sailors get their cargo to the nearby towns. Carries travelers, too.
I'll ask her. Thank you.
Oh, good night, Mom. Thanks for joining. Love you. Yeah. Also not
you.
Jack.
That's quite a bundle you got there. Where are you headed?
Have you seen a red-haired mason? You must have landed here sometime late last summer.
Another ginger in Normandy? I wouldn't have noticed, even if he was carrying a hammer instead of a fishing rod. Maybe you should ask someone in Barfleur. That's where all the travellers come through, the pilgrims and kings. Their lot rarely lands in Cherbourg, with the fortress passing back and forth between Stephen of Blois and Geoffrey of Anjou. Why you even came to Cherbourg in the first place baffles me.
It was the earliest ship I could get.
You must be in some hurry, madam.
Let's just say I needed to get away before I changed my mind.
Fine with me. Who am I to judge?
Do you know the road to Lessay?
Been there, seen it. But I hope you're not planning to go there on foot. Tell you what, you give me some coins and I'll treat you to me wagon. You can even change your destination once we're on the road. What'd you say?
What other routes are there besides going through Barfleur?
Oh, I don't know, really. You need to ask the locals about that.
Okay.
But
I'll go do
Barfleur
that.
sounds like a good place to start. Shake my hand and I'll take you there.
What does shaking your hand have anything
Travelling
to do
by
with it? That's
coach
suspicious.
is a lot less strenuous than walking. Your little worm deserves some warmth and a rocking carriage.
No. What's the way to Lessay?
Well, that's quite far. Ask Aimee to take you there by coach.
Apart from Barfleur, what other ports do people commonly use to get into France?
Apart from Barfleur? Well, there's Harfleur.
So she's the mother of
Sometimes people even
dragons.
go through Honfleur, which is close by. You could ask Aimee to take you.
I might. Thank you for your help. I'm afraid I can't help it. You really are quite
Except
like
you're
him.
totally not, Jack.
Maybe I should become a mason then. Would definitely pay more than being a fisherman. Have a safe journey.
The harbors of Normandy. Barfleur is one of the chief ports of embarkation for England and is important for Normandy's ship construction. It is the most popular harbor for the voyages of rulers and royalty on their way to or from England. Harfleur is another prominent seaport which used to be the principal port of the ancient Caletes. In old times, a Roman road led from Harfleur directly to Troyes. Honfleur is another small port not far away from Harfleur. Cherbourg is a fishing town, but has recently become a center of political conflict. In their effort to win the ongoing war, Stephen of England and Geoffrey of Anjou, the Norman husband of Empress Maud, have fought more than once to each claim Cherbourg and its harbor from their side.
How do...
You could ask Aimee.
He's only just arrived. Where did you... He just fell asleep.
Changed your mind, madam? You know, I reserved a cosy spot just for you.
All right. Take me out of town.
All right. Where do you need to be?
Let's go to Lessay.
Lessay was tiny, but as it turned out, worth the trip. In the small abbey church of the Trinity, I met a monk who claimed to have talked to a man fitting Jack's description. He'd been fascinated by the abbey's rib vaulting and had asked the monks countless questions about the place's construction. The monk apologized that he couldn't tell me where Jack had traveled next, but I didn't mind. I lay down to sleep on the floor of the abbey guest house, and for the first time in almost a year, I felt relief. As I drifted into sleep, I hugged our baby tight and whispered into his tiny pink ear, "We're going to find your daddy."
I have no idea why I would go to one or the other here. Follow the pilgrims or randomly go to this place that's way farther along. Yep, way farther along. 'Cause why not?
Going to Le Mans reminded me of all the trouble I'd left behind in England. 30 years ago, Le Mans had been conquered by the Plantagenet Geoffrey of Anjou, Maud's husband. And although they'd held it ever since, other noble families kept on pulling at the city, like Maud and Stephen tearing at England. There was no sign of Jack, but I got news of a new kind of cathedral being built in Saint-Denis, just north of Paris. It was possible that Jack had gone there to learn from the craftsmen. That was, if he hadn't travelled further south, looking for work in one of the many churches in Tours, the hometown of Saint-Martin.
This feels super random. How in the world am I supposed to pick one or the other? Just pure luck? Yeah. I'm kind of with you. He's gonna build the Eiffel Tower. Jack Jackson.
North of Paris, I visited the construction of the great cathedral of Saint-Denis. It was far from finished, but already I could feel its magnificence.
Okay. Good night, Dad. Thanks for
It was like
joining.
nothing I'd ever seen before. I assumed if Jack had come near Paris, he would have ended up here. Unfortunately, I was wrong. No one among the army of masons raising the cathedral of Saint-Denis had known him. My stomach churned when I realized that my strenuous walk to Paris had been for naught.
I guess we're wrong, Adam. I don't know how we're supposed to know one way or the other. Seems super random to me. Yeah. Well, either way, I'm not sure what the point is. Because either it has a point and it's penalty and I don't like it, or it doesn't have a penalty, in which case, well, I don't get it.
Good day. Are you the master builder?
What is it?
I'm looking for a mason who may have passed through here. An Englishman with carroty hair. He calls himself Jack Jackson.
A redhead?
Yes. Did you see him? He might have asked for work here.
No, I'm not
Okay,
looking for new
that's
masons.
true. That's
We're
true.
just doing repairs.
Ah, but was he here?
No, never seen him. Now, stand back, woman. Something could fall on your baby's head.
Are there other construction sites around Tours?
Well, yes. It's a big town.
And where would an outsider most likely find a job?
Dunno. Ask around.
May I talk to your workers?
No, they're busy. And I can assure you they have nothing to say on that matter.
Perhaps I'll talk to them once they've finished for the day.
It would be a waste of time.
You hesitated when I mentioned a redhead. Are you sure you haven't seen him?
Yes, I am sure. All right, he was here.
Yeah, I'll just keep asking you
Working
questions.
for me, but I had to throw him out after 2 or 3 days.
Why?
Because he was all want. Let me redesign the roof, let me make the nave lighter. All pretty ideas, but he never shut up long enough to do the work he was supposed to do. Shit, that man was almost as needy as my son when he was still a brat.
He does know a lot about his craft.
Also, that sounds a lot like
Well,
Jack.
I know masons like him. They grow up gifted, but without a mote of discipline in their guts. Can't work with someone like that.
Do you know where he went next?
No idea. Maybe to Limoges or Angoulême. Maybe even to La Rochelle. Seemed to have plans for every cathedral on God's green earth, but none for himself.
I understand. I'll leave you to it then.
Bon voyage.
And so I continued to wander with money, I guess, to fund this crazy trip. Good. No way to know this either. That doesn't seem... No. This seems the most likely. Another site,
We had
another
just left
cathedral.
Tor when I suddenly felt dizzy. I stopped and made rest, trying to catch my breath, then lost my breakfast in a ditch at the side of the road. To my horror, our baby too had grown pale, his breath shallow like that of an old man. I tried not to panic, but the next inn was a long distance away and we couldn't stay on the road where it was wet and cold. Back in Tor, the fever got worse. I remember people carrying me into a room, laying me on a bed. I tried to feed my baby, but after that, everything turned into a blur. When I awoke, Jack was standing next to my bed. He scolded me for following him. "You know you could go anywhere you want," he whispered. "Why be stupid and follow me?" I tried to answer, but he just opened the window and jumped out, heading toward ancient Greece, or maybe all the way to Arabia. And in my feverish mind, I followed him.
Is she patient zero for the Black Plague? Oh good. More random choices. Let's go to Arabia. Go.
The further I went, the angrier I got. For years, I'd been fighting for my family. I'd committed myself to an oath to my father. I'd built up a business to sustain it and even married a man I despised so I could create a future for the people around me. I'd known nothing but my duty to the men in my life, while the man I was trying to find lived a life of casual irresponsibility. He traveled the world on a whim to learn about mathematics and philosophy, while I had to raise the child he'd fathered. When could I ever do anything just for myself? I asked the world as I went on.
Sure. I guess I'm going back to Kingsbridge. This is an interesting way to
I traveled in a
do
circle
insanity.
all the way to the edge of the world and back, only to return to the place of our failure. With
Also,
my
my
eyes
controller's
closed, I
vibrating.
listened to the
Kind of
sound of
pulsing.
ripping yarn and crumbling walls, and of coaches carrying good people away into a cloud of crimson dust. When the last moat had settled, I opened my eyes again and found myself in a dirty little room. An old maid was sitting next to my bed and smiled at me, then handed me my baby. Oh, dear God, he still looked so pale. The more I tried to keep him warm, the colder he felt. Oh, please, God, let him live. Don't punish him for my own sins. I gently caressed his head until finally he put his mouth to my breast and drank more and more, becoming greedier with every swallow. We had both been spared. We rested one more day. Then I gathered my things and headed back to the cathedral to thank the Lord for his mercy. This isn't a good place for... This isn't a good place. This isn't a good...
Oh, probably in front of the praying thing.
I thank you, dear Lord.
All right, steady now.
I thank you for having spared my child. I thank you for...
Don't let go until it's done.
But why are you showing mercy on me?
Don't worry,
I failed
you're gonna get
everyone
squished
I
soon.
cared about. I failed Jack. I failed my brother. And if I never return, I would also break the oath I had given Father. It's just that I feel like I've never had a life of my own. I've always fought for others. And this may be the very first time that I fight for something that I only want for myself. Maybe I should just go back and help rebuild Kingsbridge. Maybe Jack doesn't even care for me anymore. Amen. Huh. I've seen one of those before.
It's amazing, isn't it? The man who did that really had it in him.
I agree. He always did.
Oh, you knew Master Jacques.
Yes, but it's been a while since I last saw him.
It's a shame that the Master let him go. In just 1 month, he did so many things.
What did he do?
He came up with ideas for how to make the construction easier. But the Master didn't want to hear it. To tell you the truth, everyone thinks that he feared for his own job having someone like that around. The last thing Jack did was carve that corbel. It was the one thing the Master let him do. Then when he was done, he was asked to leave.
It bears so much pain.
I know. Jacques worked very hard on it. He was impatient and had a temper, but you could see that he tried to overcome it. Conquering that rock was very important to him.
Oh, I understand that so well. Do you happen to know where he went next?
He wanted to walk the pilgrim trail to Santiago de Compostela.
The Camino? The Way of St. James?
He said he might find someone there who knew his father.
Just one more thing. How was he when he left?
Never thought about that.
Alive.
Relieved, I guess. He seemed ready for something new.
Thank you so much for your help.
Think nothing of it. And good luck on your travels. May you find what you are looking for.
Where exactly
Isn't
is
it
far
odd?
away?
Just when you stop looking, you come across the most curious of things. Like these 3 devices that one of my merchants brought back from Baghdad.
Are these the 3 wise men?
No. Is it another one of your Banu Musa toys, Rashid?
They're not toys, Adriel. They're objects of scholarly ingenuity and reflection.
I will let my valued friend from the north do the honors. Jack, if you may. For one, let me draw your attention to the magnificent songbird on the table. Now, on second thought, why don't you save the lady for last? Otherwise, the other two devices might appear bland and boring in comparison.
I agree.
And then, to that wondrous donkey next to the entrance. Although,
No,
the
it's
most
too heavy.
astounding thing of all stands right between them. That statuette. Ha ha, precisely. But one thing at a time.
No, it's too heavy.
Let us let Jack decide what to demonstrate first. And now? Now, Jack will heat the water in the tank.
He likes to take his time, doesn't he?
It's so beautiful it will make you cry. Just listen.
The Banu Musa. The Banu Musa brothers were three scholars of Persian descent who lived in Baghdad in the 9th century. Of Persian descent. They are known for the Book of Ingenious Devices, a large illustrated collection of mechanical appliances and automata. Those automata were largely designed for entertainment, but featured innovative engineering. The brothers also wrote books on astronomy, astrology, and geometry, the last of which had a great influence on both Islamic and European mathematicians.
How marvelous!
How does it work?
Maybe it's a miracle.
Right.
Go on, Jack. Tell them.
There's a hidden wheel inside the box. It turns an axle that in return raises and drops a sequence of small cylinders inside. These cylinders work like fingers playing a flute.
But who is blowing into the flute?
Steam.
Steam?
Yes. When I opened the pipe, it gradually pushed itself into the tube.
The power of steam. For once, I must agree, this is brilliant. Of course! It was created by a Muslim after all. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. What else have you got, Rashid?
Anyone care for some tea?
Thank you, my daughter. We will have some as soon as Jack has finished our presentation.
Mind if I watch?
Of course not.
So, who is this man, Rashid?
Jack is a friend of the house. A brilliant man, a scholar and a talented artist. Just the other day, he explained Euclid to me.
I guess
What
I
is
have to talk to
that?
her.
Don't let me distract you, Jack.
Nope. Okay.
A Greek who wrote a book called The Elements of Geometry. The Egyptians translated it into Arabic, and now the Englishmen are turning it into Latin.
I could watch this man scoop up water all day. How very peculiar.
That's weird.
Now, watch the head. Just any moment now. There. Did you see?
It threw up.
Rashid, this is disgusting.
What?
Oh, far from it.
Yeah, I'm thinking the
Would you
same
kindly
thing, Adam.
explain how it works, Jack?
I don't know.
You see that bowl floating on top of the water? At the bottom of that bowl is a small hole. Through it, the bowl is slowly filled with liquid. Once it's full, it sinks, pulling a string which makes the ball drop onto a weight. This, in return, pulls the bowl up again, emptying it in the process.
Thus resetting the entire mechanism.
If you timed it perfectly, you could make it drop a ball at every hour.
Turning it into a clock. How clever.
It's not a clock if you have to time it in order to make it work.
Donkey.
Yeah.
Show us more.
I don't
Rashid.
get that one. That one is
One
not
could
that
join
amazing.
those two and build a singing donkey clock. One song after every hour.
That would be pretty clever.
I know, right? You could be the one to build it.
Oh, that would be unfair. It's your invention.
I would let you have it. Or we design it together.
Yeah, she definitely has a thing for Jack.
You still haven't shown us that statuette yet.
Of course. Jack, if you may. Oh, you will love this. Just watch.
And now?
Just be patient, but don't look away. It takes some time for her to...
To do what?
Hmm?
Is it crying?
Isn't that amazing? No, it's irritating. Rashid, what is going on?
We have no idea how it works.
Rashid, please.
We all know that there is no such thing as a man-made miracle.
And this piece of wood is very clearly made by
It seems
man.
like it's just condensation then.
I very much agree, my friends.
It needs to go somewhere cold
But
and
so
then
far,
water comes out of its
None
eyes.
of us has an explanation.
All we know for certain is that her glassy eyes shed tears when you move her from warmth into cold.
Like a plant at sunrise. Like dew. The only difference is the surface. That's all.
I think you may be onto something.
Am I? Of course, I had no intention of disturbing your conversation. But if you can find out why there's dew gathering on a plant, you may understand why that woman is so weepy.
Condensation.
So, who wants a cup of tea?
I'll have some.
Your daughter is quite something, Rashid. A scholar in her own
It
right.
looks like he's worried about them.
I know. I'd rather she wasn't. It would make marrying her off so much easier.
Oh, I'm certain that won't stay a problem for long.
Maybe the dew originates from invisible water in the air. Water that stays hidden when it's hot.
What? Huh. It's a weird way to describe condensation and to just magically come up with that.
The pilgrim trails across France converged at Osterbat in the foothills of the Pyrenees. There, the group of 20 or so pilgrims who had been travelling alongside me since I'd left Tours swelled to about 70. Some were prosperous citizens, some probably on the run from justice, a few drunks, and several monks and clergymen. Several languages were spoken, including Flemish, a German tongue, and a southern French language called Oc. Nevertheless, there was no lack of communication among them, and as we crossed the Pyrenees, they sang, played games, told stories, and in several cases had love affairs. While my baby and I kept mostly to ourselves.
Ganz schön frech, die mit ihrem Kind.
Hush now. Hmm?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, Adam. It's a very strange leap.
Richtig dreist. Kann ein Mann nicht einfach mal seine Ruhe haben? Der Weg aus Babenberg war doch anstrengend genug.
I'm sorry. He has to cry himself out before he'll fall asleep. It will give you a strong voice one day, won't it? Do you have children?
Ein Kind hat ja auch gar nichts verloren. Stimmt doch, oder?
Jetzt ist's aber gut.
If only Dad were here to actually translate for them. Or Kirsten.
How long have you been traveling to get here? I met pilgrims from as far east as Franconia. I am sorry. We'll go for a walk so you can get some rest.
I tried to be social. It didn't work. Going for a walk. Right near them. Is this helping?
I should try to keep him calm. He likes the warmth. He likes...
I feel like I'm gonna get mugged.
Dear Lord, what are you doing? You should get out of the water. It's freezing.
My ring! I lost my ring! Dear Lord, please show mercy.
I'm glad I never had to use... I'm only keep...
Come back to me. Please come back to me. Where are you? Where did you go?
Just gonna pocket it?
I found it.
Yes! Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You are a very kind woman. So very, very kind.
I'm glad I could help.
Yes, yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
I can see this ring is very precious to you.
Yes, last my
It was a gift from my stepmother. She thought I would stay forever, but I didn't.
Tell me about your stepmother.
She was such a kind woman. So very, very kind.
Why did you leave?
Oh, I thought I didn't belong. She always said I was her daughter, but I was sure she was lying. I was so selfish and so stupid. Too stupid to see I really was happy.
Maybe you really weren't happy.
I don't know. I was very young and thought I was unhappy because I didn't live close to the sea. But in the end, the sea did not feel the same about me. The cold there made me sick. It took away my sight.
It was courageous of you to leave. You did what your heart told you to.
I was stupid. So stupid.
Ah, that's why you went on the pilgrimage.
Yes, so that St. James might see my devotion, and I will be united with my mother in heaven. I'm just not as kind as you. Not kind at all.
Actually, we two have quite a few things in common. I too am trying to make amends with the one man I loved the most. I was told he went straight to Santiago.
You will know soon.
Not soon enough. It's still 4 weeks till I get there.
He'll be there, I'm sure of it.
I hope so. I just feel that with every day that passes, I'm losing him a bit more. And that the only thing I can allow myself still to hope for is not love, but forgiveness.
I understand.
Hey, hush now. Not long now, and our journey will be over, hmm?
Seashells. El Camino de Santiago, also known as the Way of St. James, is a Christian pilgrimage route to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela, where the remains of Jesus' apostle, St. James the Greater, were presumably put to rest. The pilgrimage to Santiago, besides Jerusalem and Rome, is one of the most important pilgrimages in Christianity and is believed to be one of the only ways to free a pilgrim of their sins. By the 12th century, it has become a well-organized undertaking. Even a book was written as a travel guide for pilgrims, the Codex Calixtinus, supporting the pilgrims in completing their travel. The scallop shell is used to guide the pilgrims on their way and serves as a symbol of St. James and the Camino, because at the end of their travel, the pilgrims will almost have reached the ocean.
The woman's name was Alba. She came from a small town somewhere in Catalonia. I quickly got used to her constantly feeling out for her stepmother's ring and the sad guilt that would always follow in her milky eyes. I wasn't sure if she appreciated my company, but I couldn't leave her on her own either. By the time we reached Los Arcos, she'd stopped talking, while I kept on dropping a kind word here and there to let her know I was still by her side. Alba believed herself to be of weak mind and body, and yet she walked the Camino with a strong sense of purpose that willed her onward. It made me wonder about what I'd told her about my own journey. Did I hope for love? Or was I really traveling because I needed him to forgive me? But what was there to forgive? My decision to marry Alfred had been in the best interest of the people of Shiring. It was a sacrifice I had to make to stop the evil reign of William
Didn't
Hamley.
work, I don't
These
think.
questions had haunted me for a long time now. But if I really was going to see Jack soon, it was time to make up my mind. Around Lyon, the path began to gradually turn uphill. It was only 2 more weeks till we'd reached Santiago. The baby was in a good mood, and so, surprisingly, was Alba. After Astorga, the trail got more difficult. Alba became slower and slower, and we had to rest more. She became quiet again. The strain on her old body grew, and she worried that she might not be able to reach the end. Still, we managed to push onward. The next morning, she refused to get up. Her breathing was disturbingly shallow, and she hardly noticed me touching her forehead. Everything hurts, she said, and urged me to continue without her. Of course, I stayed with her. I brought her food and water and sat by her side. But day after day, her condition grew worse. She kept on urging me to go, to find Jack, saying the monks of Ponferrada would take care of her. I'd hardly known her, and most of the time she'd tried to push me away, as if she considered herself a nuisance that slowed me down and who didn't deserve company. It wasn't until a few moments before she died that, for the first time, she smiled at me, and I like to believe that she saw me smile back.
That's not a smile, that's a frown on your face.
I still like to believe that here, in this unlikely place, dying next to a near stranger, she'd found a moment of serenity and happiness. But she'd not reached Santiago. When I left, that thought still haunted me. To see that a journey could come to an end so suddenly. But what would be different if she had reached Santiago? Could she have been disappointed by what she found? After months of hard travel, the child and I finally reached Santiago de Compostela. In the evening, we attended Mass in the great cathedral, then started to roam the town looking for my dear Jack. It was almost dawn when finally a priest pointed me to an inn close by.
Doggy. Pet the doggy. Oh, I can't pet the doggy. This game is garbage. I can't pet the doggy.
Buenos dias. Do you understand me?
Sinto ben, pero non temos camas dispoñibles.
No, I don't need a room. I was told a friend of mine stayed here some time ago. A red-haired Englishman called Jack. Do you remember him?
Eu só che falo en galego, miña rula.
Français? English? Have you seen a man called Jack Jackson? Jack? He's a mason.
Jack?
Yes, have you seen him?
Pásanche por aquí centos de peregrinos, e cada un eche de seu pai. Vas ter que ser algo máis específica.
I don't understand.
Something specific.
I was told that Jack stayed here.
Let me just
But
keep
how can I
talking to the
make
person who
myself
can't
understood?
understand me.
I'm looking for a man who likes to read a lot.
E logo anda sempre cun libro en riba.
Have you seen anyone like that?
Pero, por que levas un libro en riba? Vas descangallar co peso.
She doesn't even understand that I'm looking for a person yet.
I didn't want to give her the book. I said this.
I already tried. Where are you, Jack? I must. She doesn't even.
Oh, que cousiña! Eche rubio.
See, redhead. Have you seen his father, Padre del Niño? Jack Jackson?
Ven sendo un peregrino?
What?
É un peregrino?
Oh, no, no. He's not a pilgrim.
Entón, quen ven sendo?
He's a mason.
Ai, mal rayo, me partas entendo o que me estás a contar.
Is there someone inside who might be able to translate for us?
Nena, que te merque que te entenda.
A translator? A guest?
Agora mesmo estanche todos a dormir. Case che diría que volvas mañá pola mañá.
Let me show you something. She's seen enough of him. She knows that Jack... Now I need to somehow tell her... He likes to craft things, like jars or strange machinery.
Ai, que diantres andará a dicir a muller esa?
He's a jongleur, a storyteller.
Ai, na miña hospedaría non vai quedar jonglar algún. Xa temos jonglares dabondo por aquí. Téñenme ata o curuto.
She had a lot to say
You
about
don't
that.
seem to like jongleurs, do you?
I don't even know what a jungler is. I would think that's someone who
He's
jungles.
just a simple traveler like anyone else. I bet that doesn't help much. Let me show you something. Oh, can you help us translate?
O inglés non cho falo, desculpa.
Yeah.
They didn't have any... I doubt anyone want... Maybe he'll... He's a mason. He builds things like that.
Ah, eche masón. Albanel.
Sí, sí, a mason. It's the same word in Galician.
Por aquí pasan unha morea de masóns. Non me poderías dicir algo máis sobre el?
Oín falar dun masón que dis que se dedica a traducir libros en Toledo.
Polo visto, Di que se chama Jack.
Yes, Jack. Have you seen him?
Non sei cal será o seu apelido, pero ben é certo que non chai moitos masóns rubios aos que lles guste
This
ler.
is very
Se
strange.
tan desesperada está, por que non vai a Toledo a
Can only
comprobalo por si
understand
mesma?
un poquito
Entón,
of this.
marchou para Toledo.
Oh, he went to Toledo?
He went to Toledo?
A Toledo marchou, sí.
Di que o teu Jack podería estar en Toledo.
All right, so I will go to Toledo then. Gracias. I just pray that I understood you correctly.
Oh, no, you kept going. You missed. Ah, yeah, that would make sense. It was in Portugal.
Buenos dias. Parlez-vous français? English?
Of course. How may I help you?
I was told a man named Jack Jackson lives in this house.
Who told you this?
A group of scholars living at the edge of town. They said he used to translate old scriptures about mathematics before he moved here.
Please wait here. I will talk with Master Rashid.
Well, he said wait here. So here is where I will wait. They tried to pull this on me before, and waiting was the answer. The thing I was thinking of during that whole conversation is how come, like, there wasn't enough hand gesturing. I would have done so much more hand gesturing if I was trying to speak to someone who does not understand the words coming out of my mouth. Lizard. Let's go say hi to the lizard. Oh, where'd he go? He ran away.
Please be here. I don't want to leave it behind. It's too valuable. You're about to meet your father. I should keep my... They wouldn't take kindly to a stranger brand...
Oh, but that'd be great. Finally find him, and they take me down because I just randomly start brandishing a dagger. Fine. I was told to wait there. I want to wait there. I want to do what I'm told.
What will he think?
Guess I gotta go pry.
It's his. Everything in here. Everything in here.
Oh, there you are.
May I ask who let you stroll around our house?
I was asked to wait here.
Yes, my servant told me already. My father's not here at the moment, so you'll have to make do with me. Unfortunately, I must disappoint you. There's no one called Jack living in this house.
Because she's jealous.
Maybe he took a different name then.
I'm sorry, but this is not easy for any of us. I think you should know that Jack and I are promised to each other.
Oh wait, now
Maybe
he is
we should
here.
go inside. The sun's burning, and my mother doesn't need to hear us. Jack told me about you. You are Aliena. You're the one who rejected him and married his stepbrother. And now you want him back.
I'm here because I love him.
He always said that he had come here to find out about his family. But instead, he found out about everything else. About philosophy, mathematics. When he and my father met, it was love at first sight. They studied together and made great plans. But in the end, Jack would always start talking about his cathedral again. This great church he would build one day. Rib vaults and pointed windows. He'd ramble on about it for hours and stare up at that ceiling. We three sat here for hours and talked. And then in the evenings, it would be just the two of us. So many strange ideas about the future. Some barely more than silly dreams. Others almost in arm's reach.
Well, where is he now?
Well, he's not here anymore. My father had offered him work as a master builder here in Toledo. He would have been well off
But
and
you
free to
said
spend
he
his
was
evenings
promised
on
to
the
you.
vaults like
What?
this, with me as his wife. But in the end, he refused. Tell me, did you really marry his stepbrother?
It was a mistake. I know that now. I did it to fulfill a promise I'd made to my father. I thought I had no choice. I didn't
always
want
a
to
choice.
hurt him. Believe me.
I do. You know, he left me because of you. Even after all you did to him, he couldn't let go. You can be glad that you ran into me and not my mother. She was enraged when he left.
Huh. He can have that effect on people.
But apart from that, we made our peace with him. Father even gave him one of his favorite pieces of his collection as a parting gift. A small wooden statue with stone eyes in exchange for his slingshot.
Would you mind telling me where he went?
He went to Paris.
I
to
was
work on
already
the Cathedral
there.
of Saint-Denis.
I was already there.
He said he never found out about his father, so there was no reason to stay down here anymore.
Why couldn't a Jack have
Paris.
just been there first?
Yes. If you find him there, tell him I don't miss him.
Thank you, and all the best to your family.
Thank you. What is the child's name, by the way?
Well, he has none yet. I wouldn't name him without Jack.
Isn't that a bit silly?
Maybe. But he's his son as well as mine. It's his right to have a say in it too.
Then off to Paris. That baby needs a name.
He will get one. Thank you.
I feel like that might stunt his growth if he doesn't get a name soon. It's going to be very confusing. Many identity issues with this one.
I travelled back along the Way of St. James, passing through Astorga, Lyon, and Burgos. I crossed the Pyrenees, revisiting Bordeaux, Angoulême, Poitiers, but never stayed longer than one night. The closer I came to Paris,
yeah,
the
I guess you were
stronger my
right.
old doubts and fears resurfaced.
Always ends in Paris if you're in France.
If Jack really was there, what was I to say to him?
Hello.
I'd pull him very, very close, wishing for all the wounds to heal as quickly as they could.
This is making me kind of want to take, like, super long walking trip places, because this is weird how slow everything is back then and how long everything takes. How are we still in chapter 1? Oh, yeah, that's him. Working on the sad man.
There. Are we awake then? You almost missed this. Look at these colourful windows. Look at the light.
Ali.
We came to see you, Jack.
We? Is he?
He is your son.
My son?
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. Ali, where do we go from here?
Wherever we go,
we go together.
I want to go with you.
Yeah, good enough.
Will you marry me? Both of you.
I don't think you can marry your
We
son.
will.
That's weird.
We stayed in Paris as husband and wife. And our son, Tommy. The days went by quickly.
Tommy Tom.
Jack
Tom,
had
Tom,
learned
Tom.
much working as a builder in Saint-Denis. Days became months. Then after a year, we both grew restless. Where can we go from here? We asked ourselves again. We both confessed that we wanted to see our families, our friends. And then we knew where we wanted to go. Home. Even if it was in shambles.
How am I still in chapter 1?
We need to hurry. The ship to England will leave soon.
What's going on here?
Whatever it is, if the crowd doesn't clear up, we'll miss our ship.
Well, okay. I was really hoping to end this at the end of a chapter, but this chapter just keeps going forever. So I'm going to call it there. And I'll pick this up again next week. hoping that not all the chapters are as long as this chapter's been. Otherwise, I'll never beat this game. Anyway, thanks for joining. I'll see you guys later. Bye.